Hey guys, and welcome back to All That's Creepy. I'm Cassie.
I'm Travis.
This week we're talking about
Urban legends.
urban legends. You know, there are so many creepy ones, like if you go all the way back, but
Every state has them. They have a lot of them.
and some of them are like freaking me the fuck out creepy.
Oh yeah, some of them are very far-fetched, which, I mean, who knows what is real. And some of them are pretty damn, like you said, creepy.
It kind of makes me want to do like a Urban Legends American tour, like go to every state
That would
and
be
check
awesome.
them out. I don't know, the movie Urban Legends, when it first came out, what was it, like it was early 2000s, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I just remember getting so hyped up thinking it was just going to be this bomb-ass movie, and then it was just kind of like another teen movie.
About like every other
Like
movie,
Scream. It was just so depressing, but... we were not here last week, guys. We did have some technical difficulties, issues with our systems, but we are good to go, and we are back. We're also going to bring you some updates from some of the past episodes. We're going to recap some things that have been happening and give you guys a few updates.
Yeah, last episode we were talking about the UFO thing,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
With my-
since then,
yeah.
your steering wheel. Since
Yep.
then, they recently updated, or news update was that the government officially released that they don't know what it was. And actually, I wrote it down.
Yeah, they use specific words, something about non.
Yeah, the U.S. government report it is off of this world, an off-world vehicle, or an aircraft not made of this earth.
That's fucked up.
It is.
But am I to understand correctly that there wasn't just one that they caught?
Yeah, they said it was a fleet. The guy got a lock on one, but it was a fleet of them, I guess.
That's just
is
crazy.
whatever
And so
every
then
place is saying.
it makes you wonder, like, how long has this been going on that they haven't been telling us about this stuff? Like, because this is not the first one. And all of a sudden now they'll be like, oh, hey, by the way, but
Yeah.
it's perfect timing right now with everything going on. So why
They
wouldn't
also
they?
said, I didn't see this before, they said it was 40 foot long and 50 foot above the ocean surface. It's pretty good size.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, a semi-trailer is what, 32 or 36 foot long, so it's about the size of a semi-trailer, a little bit bigger.
Well, that room is 25, so about two of those rooms.
They can't see that room.
You guys can't see that room, but I can see that room. I'm just doing my own math in my head, so I know. That's insane.
Yeah,
You know
it
how many
is.
people they could abduct and put in that room?
Quite a bit.
Wow.
But yeah, it's pretty neat.
That's crazy. So yeah, we'll continue to bring you guys updates as this all unfolds because wow, like holy shit, wow.
We had a recent update on the Wayfair. I didn't read much about that, but you did.
So we told you guys a couple weeks ago about Tom Hanks being involved with the whole situation. And we didn't want to believe it. We don't.
Unfortunately, because
mean,
he's an awesome actor, but man, that
and
sucks.
since then, Epstein's flight log has been released, so there's been a lot more names added and everything else. And none of these celebrities are stepping up and saying, hey, no, that's not true. Except for Bill Clinton. He keeps saying he did not have sexual relations with that child. But we all know how that turned out with
You mean the
Monica
woman?
Lewinsky's. She was a child.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, it's
I didn't know
repeating
that.
of his...
Okay.
Yeah.
okay,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. He's literally saying the same things. However, we know how that turned out with Monica, so...
But yeah, you're right. It's weird that nobody is...
no one is denying it.
Yeah, they're not, like, defending themselves.
But one thing I found kind of
Maybe
odd
if you have, I don't know.
was Tom Hanks' situation. Now, we told you guys about him being involved, but he recently became a citizen of Greece. And now I know part of it has to do with the fact that him and his wife have donated a lot of money to help with relief from, I believe it was like hurricane or some kind of, the fires. It was fires. But he became a full-fledged citizen now. He was an honorary citizen then. Now he's a full-fledged citizen for Greece, right after all these allegations in the Wayfair scandals exposed.
Very odd.
What you may not know about Greece is, number one, I am 99% sure, after all the research I've done, that it is a non-extradition country for the U.S., so meaning we cannot go bring Tom back from there. And secondly...
Like if they were to
Right, if they were
suspect
to,
of
right.
him of something.
And
yeah.
the second part just makes me sick to my stomach to even talk about, but Greece considers pedophilia to be a disability. So you don't go to jail for molesting and raping young children. You're sick. It's
That's
okay.
wild.
So
That's
it's
crazy.
the whole situation. But we want to bring those updates to you about that. So kind of interesting stuff going on, and we'll continue to update. So all right, let's jump into urban legends.
What do you want to start with?
Oh, where do we start? Let's start with the most famous, Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary, yeah, that's creepy. I tried that when I was younger.
I did too, but I chickened out. I didn't say
Yeah.
well, there's so many variations on Bloody Mary also. So that's, guys, I'm petrified of the dark. It's gotten better, but you can ask him. Like, literally petrified. I am not a child anymore. I'm not going to tell you my age, but still, it's bad. But Bloody Mary, so there's various different variations of it, but basically the concept is you go into a dark bathroom, or really any room with a mirror, and you say Bloody Mary X amount of times, and then Bloody Mary comes.
Yeah, I've heard, I don't know how many times you're actually supposed to do it. I've heard 3, I've heard 10, I've heard 13, so I'm not really sure.
And I've heard 9. I mean, there's all different variations.
But then, it's scary as hell just trying it anyway.
Right, and then the outcome is supposed to be different too, so I'm not sure what versions you've heard.
I don't know much about the Bloody Mary thing,
so
really.
The original version I heard
it was about witches, right? Or a witch?
Well, no. Well, see, that's the thing. There's been one with a witch, too. And it's so confusing because with Bloody Mary, there's like 8 different parts to it, or 8 different things. So when I was a kid, when we would go in the bathroom, we'd say Bloody Mary. It was supposed to be 3 times. I never got to the 3rd time because I chickened out. But she was supposed to appear behind you or in the mirror, and you would see a reflection of her with blood all over her face and everything else. She was murdered or something. I'm not 100% sure the backstory because it does change too. But the other variations I've heard is if you say her name 13 times, that she will show you the face of your future husband. And if you're meant to die alone, she will show you a skull.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Now that's kind of, isn't that sort of similar to that urban legend of the cemetery staircase in Indiana?
It's kind of similar, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 or 100-step cemetery in Brazil.
Is it Brazil, Indiana?
Brazil, Indiana. Okay. It is.
I don't know much about that either.
Yeah, so the legend says that you go to this cemetery and you go up these steps, and if you go up and you count the steps as you go up, and when you get to the 100th step, you stop and you look up, and there's supposed to be the apparition of the first undertaker of the cemetery, or caretaker, whichever it is. And then on your way back down, you're supposed to count the steps, and if you have, or when you get there and you see that undertaker, he's supposed to show you how you die. He's going to give you a vision of how you die.
If the camera's wiggling, it's the cat again.
And she's our director, so. But anywho, he will show you how you're going to die, and then when you go back down the steps, when you count the steps on the way back down, if you come up with the same number of steps as you did on the way up, it is correct. If you do not, if you come up with a different number, it is false. Mm-hmm. But it's also said that if you try to get around it and cheat death by going, like walking up the hill and not taking the steps, you will get touched or knocked down and have a red mark. So
wow.
I think we're going to take a trip down to Brazil and test it out, guys.
Check it out, yeah. We'll record it if we do.
Yeah, one of us will go up the stairs, one will go down the hill.
We'll make a video of that.
Definitely.
Well, we also need to go to Ghost Hollow sometime.
See,
we're not going to just cover things in Indiana, but we're familiar with the ones in our state. But Ghost Hollow is a thing. I'm not sure what town it is. What town is it?
It's in Warren County. I'm not sure what town actually is considered part
I was
of.
young when I went there twice. I obviously wasn't driving. We were with a group of people, so I don't really remember how to get there. But anyways, the legend has it that you go, or what was it, back in the 40s, I think, 30s or 40s. Actually, probably earlier than that, because it was a horse and buggy carriage that went off. It was a husband and wife and their baby. And apparently the horses and the buggy were going across the bridge. I don't know if it was a coyote, wolf, whatever it was, spooked them. Maybe a ghost, who knows. Spooked the horses, and they, like, done their thing, freaked out, and the carriage went off into the bridge, killing all of them.
Right.
And they say if you go there at night, honk your horn or shut the lights off, whatever it is you do. I'll have to look up on that. We'll cover that next.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll update you on that.
You're supposed to hear the baby cry, or the mom supposedly yelling for the baby, or
the
something.
Baby cry. Well, I went there with Girl Scouts. We did like an overnight thing, and we went to for Girl Scouts, and we did it. And we did hear a baby cry, but I was a child, so I don't know if like somebody was playing with this. The adults had a baby doll cry, but that's another place we are definitely going to go for sure and
we'll
do an update.
We'll
make video, but it's really creepy. I mean, and you were telling me about some other really creepy ones that I thought were really cool too.
Legends, or?
Yeah, some legends. What were you telling me about earlier? There was one I found absolutely fascinating. I don't know. There's so many of them, guys. Like literally,
yeah,
it's
there's
insane.
A lot of them.
Like the whole spider bite legend thing, and this one actually goes back to multiple different regions. So no one's 100% sure where it originated from, but the legend goes that this boy went to a foreign country for vacation, and he got bit by a spider, and sometimes the story is an ant. So I'm not sure, but anyway, when he came back to the U.S. and got home, the bite had gotten bigger and little baby spiders started coming out of it, like they laid eggs in his
That's
skin.
weird.
That's scientifically impossible, from what
I
I read. Yeah, it's scientifically impossible, but that's a legend that says, if you get bit by a spider in a different country and you come home, you're going to bring the eggs. It's like some kind of like legend that, if you're bit by a spider somewhere else, you're going to bring it home.
Here's one I read about and researched a little bit, and I don't know if it's an urban legend or not, but the mysterious noises heard around the world.
Yes.
Now, it started in like Wisconsin, then went to Utah, and then Pennsylvania, and then overseas Finland, Germany. Everyone has reports of it, and around the same time. But it's like weird noises coming out of the sky, and nobody can really tell what it is. Like, they've had scientists look at it, and they don't really even know what it is. Like humming sound. It goes to high pitch to low pitch.
You played it. You played a few for me earlier, and one of them actually kind of sounded like a Chewbacca kind of sound in the beginning, but then as it went on, it didn't sound like any animal I've ever heard, but you could tell it wasn't just like some speaker being amplified either.
Oh, yeah, it was clear across the whole town.
Yeah, I mean, it was loud and louder than any human could ever make.
The only conclusions they can come to is maybe tectonic plates moving or something wrong with the radio towers.
It's
or
just
something back
that
here
did not sound like that Chewbacca sound did not sound like a radio frequency or anything. It was so creepy.
But yeah, people ought to look that up. It's very interesting.
It really is interesting. And and when we talk about urban legends, everyone thinks it's like this spooky stuff just from like, the back in 90s or like early 1900s, 1800s where it came from. But we have urban legends today that are happening, like the chain letters, and you get the email that 4 to 10 people or something bad's going to happen to you, some bad luck. And that all started, the original where that started is, remember the chain mail? And if you guys don't remember, ask your parents, because I remember my mom getting one in the mail. But
really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
There used to be, you would get this, it folded out, and it kind of looked like an altar cloth, honestly. It was this huge thing, and it had like this real big designs and everything on it. And you had to forward on this letter and send like these stuff to 10 other people. You had to pass it all on. And if you didn't do it within so many days, then something bad would happen to you, like you would die.
That's crazy.
I'm not sure where that letter actually originated from. I know it was not actually in America, but it came to Americans. Somebody did die after they didn't forward it, so that's where that whole thing came from, of being like it was true. So now, there are coincidences in the world.
Now it's a big urban legend, yeah.
But that's how that urban legend started.
That'd be
People
kind of cool
really
to get one of those.
I remember my mom getting one, and it folded out. Like, it was like a giant road map. Like, it kept unfolding, but it was like huge.
That's
and
really
it
cool.
had all this weird, like a mandala on it.
I actually remember you saying something about that before.
It was so creepy.
That's cool, though.
But yeah, I mean, Slenderman, that's another one. I'm sure you guys have heard of Slenderman.
I've heard the kids talk about it.
Okay, so our kids used to talk about it. We didn't know what it was.
Is it a game?
Well, it started off as an
into a
online game thing where you were photoshopping this figure in or something like that. But it became a urban legend now. Like, and this is recent, like just a few years recent. But people are claiming to have actually seen him in different places and such.
Oh yeah, I think they've talked about that in an episode of Ghost Adventures.
Yes.
A tall, slender.
Yeah.
Aaron thought you saw one in the kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird how it's something that was, it's a modern, but it actually dates back that nobody knew it did. So it's really cool. I mean, to think about.
Yeah. Another topic would be Bigfoot. Would that be considered an urban legend?
I believe so. Yeah. I mean.
No, I don't really go looking on YouTube or researching Bigfoot a lot, but I haven't really heard of a lot of encounters lately.
It's like they all kind of slowed down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there are, but I'm not looking for them. Maybe there are. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, normally you would hear something on the news. I mean, it seemed like all the time we were hearing about it, but maybe he's quarantined from
COVID.
He
might have to run around with a mask on.
Maybe. He might be trying to hide. But in all reality of it, though, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder because, like I was showing you earlier today, I actually looked up the Bigfoot thing, and this old guy, and he was from Wisconsin, and he was a teenager in the 60s. I think he's a farmer now.
Yeah.
Older farmer guy. But seemed all there, everything. He just, seemed like a good guy. A hard-working good guy. But anyways, when in the 1960s, he was a teenager. I don't know if he's like 13 or 14, he said. He supposedly saw Bigfoot or had an encounter with Bigfoot and it changed his whole life. Like,
That's
apparently
crazy.
he was obsessed over it. And to this day, this was actually on the news, by the way. To this day, he actually makes wooden silhouette cutout, like 7-foot signs of Sasquatch and sells them.
Wow.
But yeah,
Well, I mean, it's
Pretty
kind of like the
wild.
whole, like the Yeti thing too.
isn't that the same thing?
That's like the snow version of Bigfoot.
The abominable snowman?
Yeah, kind of
Or-
like
yeah.
that. But it kind of makes you wonder if each country has their, or each continent kind of has their own version of it. What if it's not fake, guys? What if it's
It dates
real?
back a long time ago. It really
And it
does.
doesn't, and it could be anything. It could be literally anything,
Like you said earlier, it could be a
like an apparition.
apparition that changes form,
Like
or
a
it could,
shapeshifter.
yeah, or it could be some mutated animal, or it could actually be a Bigfoot that
Yeah.
there's very rare to see. There's a lot of rare species out
Or
there.
maybe like since aliens are so far advanced from us, they have made themselves look like Bigfoot so they can go
Yeah,
hide
you never
with the
know.
other animals.
It could be anything.
I don't know. I
anything.
haven't formed my own concrete opinion on Bigfoot yet. I'm still in the works. But speaking of Bigfoot, though, that does kind of remind me of Lover's Leap.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
And I don't know why it reminds me of it. I think just because we've seen so many weird animals out there. But back to Indiana again. Not that we're favoring Indiana, we just know more about it. But in Kramer, Indiana, there is a place called Lover's Leap,
and this is right down the road from Malavia that we were talking about
Right.
before. Yeah.
so it's very, very, very beautiful, especially in the fall. It's just gorgeous.
It's pretty awesome.
But there's natural springs down at the bottom, and you drive up this curvy way, and then you have to park, and you have to hike maybe, half mile
Yeah.
to get back in there. It's about a half-mile hike to actually get to the edge of it. And I'm not sure the actual official name of what it's called.
Just to give them a picture, you go down the path a half mile, the cliff drops off
Straight.
like, I don't know, a couple hundred feet, I
Oh.
imagine.
Yeah.
And
easy.
looking over this cliff, like the trees down there look tiny, but you can see Attica, like the town we live in, from this cliff. It's amazing.
It's just
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to. It's like you're standing on top of a giant mountain. I mean, like, picture being in Colorado and seeing, on the mountain and looking down. It's almost what it's like, really. I mean, obviously it's not that big, but it is huge. So,
I thought you said Vagina Mountain.
Vagina
I'm sorry.
Mountain, yes.
I'm sorry.
did I say vagina
I don't
mountain?
know.
I meant Pikes Peak. Did I? Oh, because I said giant mountain.
Giant mountain, okay.
Okay. So you're on top of this vagina mountain, and you're looking out, and all you see is just trees galore, but they look tiny. Like, they look like ants on the ground. Anyhow, so the legend is, this couple, it's almost a Romeo and Juliet story, honestly. This couple could not be together. Their families were against it, so they decided they were going to jump off the cliff together. And there has been a few, in the years, there have been people who have jumped off there and killed themselves since then. People also like to dump shit down there. Don't dump stuff in
Yeah, it's
beautiful
pretty sad.
nature areas.
Nobody wants to go look at a beautiful scenery and then see a mattress.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. And we go
Toads.
mushroom hunting in that area, and we found some weird stuff.
I mean,
y'all,
it seems to be
so-
cleaned up a little bit now, but yeah, it gets bad sometimes.
But it's really creepy because you just get this calming, peaceful feeling when you're up there because it's just such a beautiful sight. But then when you look down, you kind of get that depressed kind of feeling because you know what happened there.
And we went off-roading there one time. Remember Chris, AJ, and I? And
Oh,
we got
yeah.
the Jeep stuck, and it was dark. Like, we had mud everywhere on us. I had mud in my watch.
That doesn't surprise me.
You get an eerie feeling out there at night because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really quiet, and you really feel.
I've not been
eerie.
there at night. I've been there like in the evening where it's like pre-evening or pre-night, I guess. It's like, or it's not quite daytime anymore, but it's not nighttime yet. That very solemn feeling time. That's when I've been there, and that was
It's
creepy
peaceful.
enough for me. But I don't know. It's just crazy. And there's no cell phone service out there, so that makes it even creepier too if something were to happen.
Exactly.
But speaking of cell phone service, what about the call in the house legend? Remember we've seen it. It's like in every movie, like in Scream, where, the calls coming from inside the house, the murder and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you guys have all seen that if you've
That's
seen
in
movies.
every. I'm sure that's in every state as well.
Oh yeah.
Now, what about the? I actually wrote this down. The legend, the hotel where they find a dead body under the mattress.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know that much either about it. I just wrote it down. I don't remember. I should have wrote more, but apparently people has found.
I know what you're talking about. Like
maybe a dead body in the mattress.
Yes, because okay, so if you guys ever watch American Horror Story, all of their seasons come from some type of story.
Okay, yeah.
And they incorporate parts of real stories into it. And that was one of the legends of the person heard a noise or had a smell in their room.
That's right.
And they cut the mattress open. It was like
stitched together,
yeah. And there was a dead body in the mattress. Yeah. But that's like supposedly happened at many hotel things.
Wow.
It's something to do with what you do before you check in or something. It's kind of creepy, though.
Now, I don't know if any viewers are from Alabama, but they pretty much have the same Ghost Hollow type situation in Alabama, in Oxford, Alabama, to be specific. It's called Hell's Gate Bridge. In the 1950s, a couple crashed their car off the side and drowned. And I guess you can stop in the middle of the bridge, kind of like the whole Ghost Hollow thing, and either see them in the mirror or the back seat or something if you... I don't know if you honk 3 times.
Is that the one where they, like, your seat will be wet when you get back or something? Your back seat will be wet because they were in their car or something?
Yeah.
That's creepy. That just freaks me
But
out
that's kind of like the
altogether.
Alabama's version of Ghost Hollow.
That's just, like, insane to me.
Mm-hmm. There's many, many legends.
There really are, and it's crazy because how are you, you know, where they all come from, they all come from some bit of truth. There is something there. That's like mythology. Obviously, we all know mythology is not real, but every bit of it came from something real started it. Just like every urban legend came from something that started it.
I don't know if we classify this as urban legend, but that story from my old job at MasterGuard, that guy was telling me about.
Now that's freaky.
It was a long time ago. The job I work at now, I've been there for what, 14, 15 years, been a long time. So I worked at MasterGuard a long time ago. And this guy I was working with, we got to talking, you know, we hang out, you know, at lunch and everything, and he was telling me the story, and a buddy of his was there, and he knew the story as well. I'll see if I can get this right. It's been a long time. But apparently, two friends of theirs got killed, and it was right outside of Covington or Petersburg, something like that. And they had 2 other friends in the back seat. And apparently, as they were going down the road, the guys and everyone supposedly saw what looked like the driver and the front passenger standing on the side of the road.
Oh shit.
Yeah, before they crashed. And then they apparently crashed. The driver and the front passenger got killed, but the people in the back seat lived, and to tell the story, I guess, that they saw what looked like the passenger and driver.
Okay, that's just creepy.
On the side of the road. And other people say they saw it too.
Do you remember?
Yeah, that'd be scary shit.
That would be scary.
It's creepy. I got chills. I mean, when he told me that, it was pretty insane.
I mean, that would be creepy to see anybody standing on the side of the road like that, especially in dark. Do you remember when we worked at LVB and we were on our way and I saw the man in flannel standing in the field when we were going up that big hill?
Oh, I remember something about that.
I freaked out. Yeah. I screamed bloody murder, and you're like, what? I saw a man standing in flannel at the bottom of this giant hill, and it scared the fuck out of me.
I remember that now, yeah.
And then, like, I blinked and he was gone. This still resonates with me all the time. It freaks me out big time.
What about the guy running at the haunted house? Someone saw someone running in the rain. I don't remember that.
Yes,
I wasn't there.
You weren't there. I was little. So, okay. If anybody is familiar with Lafayette or Indiana and you've ever heard of the Pythian Home, so a long time ago, Jeff High School used to produce, the Pythian Home is it used to be a nursing home and like huge. A nursing school. It's huge. They shut all that down and everything, and then they donated the property to Jeff High School. And Jeff High School would have their drama department put on a haunted house every year. And this haunted house was amazing. Like, stand in line for 3 hours to get in.
They did an amazing job.
You have to sign waivers, saying that you're, everything. So I was in my teens. I went up with my aunt and my 2 cousins. And we're in line. It's a rainy night. It's just kind of a very dreary. It's the night before Halloween, I believe. And just a very eerie feeling anyway. And I have, like, not that I have abilities or anything, but I just can sense things sometimes when things are off a little bit more than other people.
Who all was there with you?
It was me, Tracy, Tebby, and Tina.
Your aunts?
Yeah, my aunt, my 2 cousins. Okay. So we're in line, and there's this man in front of us or behind us. I don't remember. He was in line with us. We were all kind of like grouped, huddled. So But he looked like he was from like the 1800s. He had on the tall riding boots. He had a cape, a cane, a hat. Like, I'm talking like the whole thing. I mean, it was just insane. So we go through the whole thing, and I'm just staring at this guy the whole night. Like, it was just so weird. And then we go through, and when we're all done, I see him running across this field like he was going back, but that's not where the cars were. He's literally running towards the woods. In the rain, the lightning strikes, and you see like it light up, and the guy with the cape and everything, and he was just gone.
That's creepy as hell.
And then we went to Taco Bell afterwards, and nobody else remembered seeing him. Like Tracy and Tubby and Tina and them, they really didn't remember seeing him.
But they were right. He was
they were
right
with
beside
me. Yeah,
you.
he was right beside us.
That's
he was on the tour with
crazy.
us and everything. And then we go to Taco Bell to eat afterwards, and I swore I saw him in the window at Taco Bell. We're inside eating, and the lightning struck. You know how when lightning strikes, it lights everything up. And I swore I saw him outside the window at Taco Bell.
That's crazy.
It was insane.
And that's the thing, is you basically kind of know who's with you in your group, because what is like a group of 9, group of 10?
It's very small, maybe 10.
And you get in an elevator together.
Yeah.
So you all looking at each other. You kind of identify and remember who all's in your
Right,
group.
and you
that's
sit in
crazy
a
for them
room.
not to-
Back then, you sat in a room for like maybe
Yeah.
10 minutes before you actually went on your tour, and they had this creepy music playing, so they're like preparing for, letting the next group get ahead. It was insane.
And I doubt he was part of the...
No, he would definitely was not,
attraction.
because he was in line with us forever. But when he took off running in the rain with the cape and everything, and the lightning struck and they just disappeared, I was just scared of it. But it was just so weird. Like,
That's
oh my
insane.
God, weird. Just,
Definitely freak you
wow.
out.
Yeah, that was wow. But we want to hear about your guys' stuff. We want to hear about anything that may have happened to you guys, any urban legend wise, or
Throw us some emails.
Let us know what's happening.
Instagram,
yeah, you can hit us
YouTube
up on
comments,
email
whatever.
at wellthat'screepy@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at wellthat's_creepy.
I am so thirsty. Subscribe, that would be cool.
Yeah, give us a like,
Give us a
subscribe, comment, all the good shit. If you guys are interested, check out The Basic Witch. You can find my podcast
Awesome.
on all
You do a great job.
on all platforms. We have a Facebook group. I'm on Instagram at the_basic_witch_. Yeah, and we actually just started an online coven. So if you are into that, hit us up and I'll give you more information. So.
And you do giveaways.
Oh yeah, we just did a huge giveaway. I gave away like basically a whole starter set for. We just did it today, actually.
We might do a giveaway here.
I think we should. We will do some kind of cool, creepy giveaway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your
You
giveaway
like,
for
you
The
know.
Basic Witch was awesome.
It really was, guys. It was pretty.
really
It was
cool.
everything you needed to start your altar.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it had tarot cards, runes, all types of stuff in it. And it
essential
was a treasure
oil,
chest.
sage,
It was awesome.
everything. I mean, it was not a cheap giveaway at all. It was
We'll
pretty,
do the same on here. You
Yeah.
know, we'll do subscribers or followers, whatever, That'd
Yeah,
be
we'll
cool.
have more details next week on that information and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Be
yeah, it'd be cool if you guys subscribed and all of that. And
Hit us up and subscribe.
yeah, let us know what you think. But definitely tell us your situations, like what you've been into with urban legend
We'd
situation,
like to
or if
talk
you had
about
anything
on here,
creepy
yeah.
happen. So,
Yeah. That way we can tell someone else's story on here.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
so that's I guess all we got for this week, guys.
Until next time.
Peace out.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.